walking mass murdering machines.
Yeah.
So I suggest we take the night. Athena, you could turn it off. You can possibly sever the
I
link.
just need somebody to use dispel magic on the. I mean, we can. I think we probably could stick around here until Athena can use dispel
Why-
magic.
Why do you think that stops it?
Are we still
Why do you believe that
inside the
doesn't?
city though?
No, we're outside the city.
Okay.
Yeah, the city got partially destroyed.
I'm just like, why do you
Uh,
think that dispelling the tablet will actually make it so that they just are off forever instead of just they are no longer controllable?
is our best shot right now. Because they're are they off, Tony? Like off. Like if I mess with them, they're not gonna start powering up.
So they are technically powered. They're just not moving.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep,
Well,
my little metal guys.
As a blacksmith, I'm able to kind of look and identify metals. Like how do I think any other weapon that we have could possibly puncture their armor easily besides my sword?
Yeah, but it's going to take an enormous amount of damage to destroy them.
So I'm analyzing, I'm looking, going like this is durable.
Oh, well beyond durable. Each one of these, you realize, is relatively close to being as indestructible as a dragon.
Are there dragons in Theros?
Yes, there is.
Yeah. All right.
So you guys have a couple of options. You can roll history checks and arcana checks.
All right, history.
I'm also better at history. Sure, it's got to roll history. But I have no advantage, so it's gonna be a straight roll. I can buff it, but
Well, Sika's brilliance has faded for the moment. Probably.
so has Shore. All right, Athena.
Asenya.
Athena.
She has no recollection of anything.
Actually, you would have also a D4 if you wanted. Guidance.
I think you were still clicked on me whenever you.
No,
roll.
that's right here.
No, I'm talking about this.
No, I have a 3. See, you have a 2.
Well, I have two
Okay, the
history
first roll
rolls
was
for
him.
Asina.
Yeah, that
Athena.
He forgot to click his character.
No, no, it's this right here. See, every roll is happening because of that.
Oh.
Yeah, if you want to add your D4, you can add your D4. Because okay, Senya got 22, Shore got 6, Sika got 11. I don't know.
Should I be rolling? I'm just not sure.
Sika's 11 Arcana, though.
You can since you're conscious, you can roll.
Okay.
Yeah. So Asenia, you know for a fact that besides just raw damage to the golems, the only other way known is to destroy the controller.
Okay.
The controller doesn't shut down the golems, but it makes it where the golems can't obey anything else. Now, there was an odd note that somebody gave the power to control the golems to a songbird. And the reason that was historically notable is the songbird had actually taught the golems how to sing.
Relay that to the group.
So the harpies could control the golems because the harpies could sing.
No, the harpies had no control over the golems.
Okay.
They were just with the golems, probably because the golems created food.
Exactly.
The
Learn
harpies are the
be-
buzzards.
Learn
Yes,
behavior.
the harpies are buzzards.
Yeah.
Buzzards.
And you're fairly certain the dispel magic would destroy the tablet.
Well,
But we could also have golem bodyguards.
There's that as well.
So it's really, what do we want to do with these golems?
how important did these golems seem to the defense of the city that just got kind of bombarded?
Like, not useful at all because the townsfolk are deadly afraid of them.
Well,
We cannot act as.
I mean, at this point, because they've been gone, it's highly likely the citizen population of Akros, if they saw them walking back into the city, would be disastrous because the townfolk would likely try to attack them.
well, I'm just a simple swordsman, but I feel like these things would be more trouble than they're worth for us. We give it to someone else, we run the risk of them being misused. We keep them with us, they draw way more attention, and people are going to want them.
We could disassemble a couple of them and only keep like one or two. Then he jumps on one of the golems. My mighty steed!
I think they only obey the tablet holder.
Yep. Of course, you
Well,
could line the arena with them and just let them turn into rusting statues around the arena.
Yeah.
and that's after we destroy the tablet?
Well, you'd have to position them first.
Mm-hmm.
Be a nasty surprise for the next for somebody that does dumb shit.
I was thinking like the movie with Milo and.
You could set a
Milo
trap
Fletcher.
for the harpies.
Fair.
Iron Diet?
No.
Then I don't know.
Yeah.
Milo Fletcher. temperature, the crystals, the eyes glow blue whenever they use the crystals. Atlantis.
Atlantis. I never really watched it.
I was thinking the statues that protect the city when in dire need. Also Harry Potter. So you want me to
Take a rest, get the spell magic, and we turn this thing off. But what's the other commands on that tablet? Halt, guard.
Bandana Hannah. If you're talking, you're muted.
I shouldn't be muted. Do you guys hear me?
Hannah. I'm talking about Hannah.
Oh.
I can hear him.
Oh. No, I wasn't talking. Sorry, I was.
He wants to know what the other commands on the tablet are.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I had been. Did I actually copy that? No, that is not. That was a link I sent to a friend. A work friend. Those are the commands listed.
That is. There's only one good thing on there. Guard this place.
Yep.
And that means they would kill anyone that entered, and that would lay the trap for future harpies.
Yep. I was like, but it could also be. Yeah.
Yeah, a raw person wandering in would be in big trouble.
Yep.
Recognize a new controller, which you are the current controller. I'm just gonna point that out.
Yep.
I say, let's wait till the morning to spell it. End this.
Yeah.
I think blacksmiths or other blacksmiths might be able to harness the material. Or everyone would stay away because they're around, because these things look scary. So. But that's my vote. I say we dispel it, move on. There's a man I want to meet. Can you move around on that? Or you need to assign a mouse?
stupid. How to get these off?
Huh?
Figure out how to get these.
Settings. All right, y'all are very quiet, so I don't know what's going on.
What?
I mean, I've been like kind of trapped in the knowledge of like I could say guard this place. I'm very tempted to say guard this place, but I don't really want to set a trap for someone unsuspecting.
Well, I think since those commands are so simple, it matters about what the intentions are.
Valid.
So you could basically just say anybody who is like trying to destroy the place.
Yeah.
I don't know. I may be reading way too much into that.
I thought magic had was all about intent. So
True.
I just feel like I've lost my rights to weigh in.
so far I'm the only vote that says destroy the tablet, turn them off permanently.
Well, I mean, I'm all for destroying the tablet.
I want us to find some lava to send them to go and tell them to walk into it.
That's not one of my. I'm all for destroying the tablet. I just was. We were also talking about positioning them in like a fancy way and such.
We were, but it'll have to be. We have halt, return, release, guard this place. That's too vague. So, yeah.
Yeah.
That's my vote. Let's just end them. I gotta go pee.
Okay.
Okay. Well, everybody can take a long rest.
Okay. We all probably needed a long rest anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got a
That
late
gives
arrival.
Asina the chance to switch her spell for the dispel magic.
Yep. Tony, did you have another person you had invited to the server?
To the Discord server, yeah.
Okay.
He's joining the Greyhawk game.
Okay.
I'm here. Oh, we did a long rest?
Yes.
Long rest. We sit up. Did you click your long rest button or no?
Long rest button.
Yeah, it's right there.
Does it actually do anything?
It does when you have expended stuff, yes.
No, bad timing there.
Yep. Someone else jumping in to a different.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, we got a long rest.
Yes.
So I guess it's up to Asenya if you cast the spell.
That's what we're doing.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So we fire off the dispel magic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The tablet shatters.
Bye-bye, tablet.
And the golems will be in their places until they gradually rust away or are just buried by the decay of organic material turning into soil.
What are the golems made out of?
They are bronze gilded iron.
Okay, so not worth scrap metal prices.
No. Yeah, the amount of force that would be required to scrap them is more than they're worth.
Okay.
Because essentially 4 of them is 1,000 HP. So they'd have to literally do 3,000 HP to destroy them all into pieces that could be harvested. Because the moment you attacked one, they would all.
They all.
Yeah.
Hive mind.
Okay. So where do you go now?
Well, we can all. There's 2 places that Shore would recommend. One is seeing how bad the damage to the city was.
Yeah.
And he was told of a master that he can go visit as well.
Wait, we were told to get out of the city within 12 hours for by whom?
By basically God,
Your
Master told us
deities,
to get
yeah.
out.
Well, and
Yes.
I also received a message.
Yeah, because of the
What happened?
because they're gonna destroy something.
Yeah, they kind of destroyed the city. I'm assuming the temples got protected, basically, though.
Hopefully.
Yeah, there was the concern that the suicide bomb underneath my temple was
Yes.
gonna go off.
Yeah. Well, if we want, we like where I was told to go seek out a sword master is along the way. Like Akros is technically along the way.
Yes. And the Nyx took the approach of the only way to be sure is to get into orbit and nuke it from orbit.
Time G. The orbital laser.
Yep.
Oh no, this was the aliens approach. It's the only way to be sure.
No one doesn't like me brushing them.
All right, so as you return to Akros, excuse me, most of the damage has been cleaned up. They are starting to rebuild some of the sections. I will point out the devastated regions.
I think I need a refresh because I do not see a map change. Yep.
Now I do.
Yep. Refresh work.
Okay, so the barracks number 4 was destroyed. Military district number 3 was destroyed. The commander's keep number 7 was destroyed.
Uh-oh.
I think that was it, other than the entire militia of Akros was destroyed. Because they had been forming up to begin the conquest of Theros.
So only number 3, 7, and 4. Did you say?
Yes.
Those are actually quite substantial chunks.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it's though
The
very
military
quick.
district alone. Yeah, the military district alone.
I have to say, quite pretty good precision, really.
That's about. I'm looking at it. That's about a fifth just from 3 and 4 of
Yeah.
the city.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, about,
Yeah.
I was thinking like a third.
I'd say a firm.
It's pretty close to a third of the city is destroyed.
Yeah.
A third? Wow. Okay. So,
Yeah.
so did it probably
So
get? Yeah, the commander's keep's on top of a hill, so probably a landslide of stuff heading into the artisan quarters.
yeah, the commander's keep is actually ironically like one of the smaller areas.
So some debris did damage the Strategos Council Hall.
I would.
Mhm.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm assuming the the House of Champions, got a bit beat up too.
Yeah, not as much as you would think, but yeah.
Maybe a little bit into the markets, a little bit. It's just because of vicinity, basically. So
What's the Silver Spire?
we do not know.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
What's the Silver Spire?
So you guys can roll history checks to figure that out, maybe.
Okay. History checks.
Change the rolled as you. Actually, if you want, you can get out of the game and re-get into it under your character. Because I have it on my tablet now.
Yep. Sure got a 14. You know, I have them. Why don't I use it? I like it. I like using them. It sometimes works out. Ugh. 17.
22.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
15, 22. What did Hannah get the roll?
Sorry, I had like a sandwich for dinner and I had made myself a quesadilla while listening to stuff. So I was away from my
that's okay. Just go ahead and roll.
history check. Yep. Okay. I got a 4. Joy.
How did the knowledge person get the lowest roll?
I don't actually. I might mess around with my character a little bit once I kind of finish working out more of the backstory details of the general idea, which I have right now. But I don't have history. I have Arcana and religion, but I don't have history. And I have deception.
So essentially, what you guys know about the Silver Spire is that it is a research facility dedicated to studying Nyxborn creatures.
So the Nyxborn want to stay away from that, probably.
You're not sure because there's a lot of secrecy about it.
Yep. If they were open about it, it'd be a lot more likely for me to go visit. So I'm good.
Senya is wondering why that didn't get destroyed too.
There's probably Nyxborn in there.
Okay, let me
Go rescue.
my upload.
I mean, we could go find out. The city's kind of crumbled up.
And to give you I guess, more appropriate feel of what Akros looks like today. Page, yes.
Eater.
I'm not allowed to freaking chew on my.
There you go. That's what Akros looks like today.
Ah, oh, you actually had a different map. Nice. Oh, a lot more has been destroyed. Okay.
That looks about a fifth now.
That looks more like a third, yes.
So, I mean, when I get here, I'll try to help people, but I'm also looking for the commander to see if he's alive.
Okay.
Or is there a worse power vacuum that's about to happen?
So far you don't know. You haven't really talked to anybody yet of any consequence.
Theros.
Let's see.
I'm playing Pompeii in the background.
All right. So what are you doing?
Going back
Does
to
it look like they
Akros.
need our help?
Well,
Yes.
And if not,
at this point, like all the fires have been put out, the debris has essentially been dealt with. Uh, there are people like everywhere doing things like disaster recovery type stuff. Uh, you know, different areas and temples are being used to house people that lost their homes. But there's not too much of that because the attack was specifically on only military targets.
Right.
But
a lot of devastated people due to the losses.
right. Also, the the entire Akros military has been killed. So right now there's a
So,
lot of body collection and body destruction taking place right now.
Right. This is a land where an unmanaged corpse causes undead outbreaks.
Yes.
oh, well, do we want to check out the Silver Tower, Silver Spire?
Well, I first need to check with my the Ionos place again.
Yeah. Uh,
Oh, that
like
reminds
it's,
me. Buttercup, you
Yes.
lose 2 piety points.
That make okay.
you left 2 ID points. That's easy, given a reason.
Because I attacked non-combatants.
Yes.
Is this from the Harpy fight or something else?
Yeah, his forced duel with the Iron Golem. Because the Iron Golem, at the time he did that, was not a combatant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you go to the temple. People are cleaning up the temple. There's like an archbishop there. When you walk in, he looks up. He's like, "Oh, you've been here before, yes?
Yes.
Can
Just
can we?
was outside the city for the meteor strike, and then came back. You know, when things didn't look like they were going to fall on top of me.
Okay. So, what can I help you with, my son?
I've heard that the military was eliminated. Does that mean that a large enough percentage of the Mogus worshippers were also eliminated? That the city does not need to be exploded by your gas?
Well, that actually remains to be seen, but all plans have been, we'll say, at the very least, delayed for the time being.
Right, right. Maybe there's a chance to convert those who are now in a much weaker state.
Yes. Also, I happen to be aware we're about to have a visitor that is going to be extremely important to the security of the city going forward.
Oh, is that right?
Well, yes. So, because of the city's weakened state, we're aware that a notable dragon has taken interest in the city. And we have managed to convince an individual who has unique powers when dealing with dragons to come visit the city. He's supposed to arrive tomorrow.
So, and the dragon wishes to finish off Eros, or what?
Probably not necessarily finish it off, but loot the city. to add to its hoard.
Right, right.
And we're probably going to need every resource we have to restore the city in any fashion.
Right. Will there be any efforts to aid in moving refugees to other cities if if the area cannot maintain the remaining population?
So maintaining the population doesn't actually appear to be an issue. Uh, since we just lost 15,000 warriors that we no longer have to support,
Right.
we do have abundant resources to keep the population fed and clothed. So we're good on that front. Actually, it appears the Nyx did us a very significant favor. Or perhaps
Okay, right.
it's my view of finding the silver lining in the cloud of destruction.
Of course, of course, of course. All right. All right. Anyway, I need to stay another day and to kill that old man, I guess.
Oh, you were referring to a duel, I assume?
Yes, yes.
Well, I'll be rooting for your success.
I feel like you should actually root for the other guy since he has been here. It seems like for so much longer.
Well, you have, my boy, a certain mark on you, which would seem to indicate that you'll be needing to make a choice. He has no choices to make. So I'm praying for your soul.
Hmm. Hmm. That makes a lot of sense.
So do you hang around anymore?
I've probably got to check back in with the friends and see what they're doing and inform them of the Dragon Slayer and the dragon.
He did not say Dragon Slayer.
Ah, right. Just someone who's a dragon specialist.
Who can handle the dragon, yes.
Ah, yes, the dragon layer.
Not exactly.
Just try and make some funnies at this
Sure.
point.
Anyway, going back to the rest of the party, well, he's at the temple. I'm assuming you're going to check out the Silver Spire.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. You get to the entrance of the spire, and it has a couple of interesting guardians at the door. Uh, and they kind of look at you, and they're like, "So, what is it that you want here? We can, of course, let Sika and Jor in Is Asina Nyxborn?
See that Asenya is.
Sika is
Oh.
not.
Oh, okay.
Sika's just obsessed with Nyx.
Okay.
Obsessed with Nyx and is a Minotaur, which
So,
I don't know. It's a little awkward.
Asina and you are welcome to go inside.
Is
However,
our friend not?
you must leave all your equipment at the front desk.
Nope. Denied. Sonia walks off.
Senya's like, nope.
She done noped out of there.
You're not allowed to wander the spire with your equipment.
Aw. Any particular reason?
We just don't want accidents happening.
You have your equipment. Why can't we have ours?
We're not inside the spire. Nobody is allowed weapons or magical equipment inside the spire.
Insight check.
Yeah, insight check. What? Yeah, insight. Insight.
Yeah, Asina, they are straight up being very real about that. And you see people inside who are literally wearing very flimsy clothing and have nothing, like they don't even have regular shoes on. They have little cloth booties on.
Aw.
Yeah, I'm having mental patient.
Yeah, I'm getting mental ward vibes right now. Without going in, can you tell us what this facility is for? Only thing we know about it, it has something to do with Nyxborn.
Well, yes, we are a educational institution that studies Nyx. Documents, uh, we collect histories, uh, we do some lab work, blood tests, those kinds of things.
Wow.
To better understand what makes Nyx Nyx.
Why next in particular? Why not say
Can't say about
a
that.
human?
I didn't quite catch.
Why next in particular? What's so special about Nyx?
Well, for one thing, humans don't have constellations floating under their skin. No other creature in Theros actually shows and reflects the stars in their being. And they seem to manufacture or manifest powers that most other beings lack. The director being Nyxborn himself, is trying to understand his own existence.
The subjects voluntarily here.
Mostly. There are some criminals that have been remanded to us because nobody else knows how to deal with them.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah, we thought so too, but it's a job.
And people are free to come and go.
General, yes. Once the
Why
sun
are
goes
non?
down, yeah, pretty much everybody leaves. They come back a few minutes before dawn.
She doesn't believe you. She does not believe the guard. She is inciting everything he says.
What he is describing, he seems to be forthright in. Nobody seems to enter or leave the spire during daylight hours.
That's a bit weird.
You can roll a perception check.
Perception. Ugh.
Yes.
So the only thing you notice, besides the entrance on the ground floor, the spire has no windows. Despite being almost 400 foot tall.
Yeah. Huh. Well then, and only Nyxborn are allowed in. So everyone in there is Nyxborn.
Other people are allowed in, generally only by special invitation, but they can apply to get a tour.
Huh.
Tours are held 1 hour after sunset. We're not entirely sure what time those people leave.
Ah. They don't leave.
I've never observed any of those people leaving.
Anyone else getting creeped out?
Yeah, but I don't feel like I've gone there yet.
No, not yet.
I don't think I was allowed in.
You were not allowed in.
No, we're not in.
And they're not
we're on the
in
outside
yet.
right
Yeah.
now.
They have not entered yet.
Yeah. Oh, okay, so I would have heard the explanation.
Yep.
Yes.
Because I was kind of like, I don't.
Army, the player army is like, do we need to explore this? We got a note from the the druid.
He is thoroughly convinced there's stuff that will psychologically scar her for life as she goes in there. She's choosing ostrich with its head in the sand.
Keep hearing rolls. Why do I keep hearing rolls?
Yeah, nothing happened.
Nothing happened. Well, may come back later.
Okay. The door's always open to Nyxborn.
Have a funny feeling we shall return. So, I have a. And we haven't run into anyone that could possibly tell us if the commander's alive, right?
Not so
At
far,
this
no.
point. Well, there's not much I can do here. I might go visit that swordsman.
Okay.
As I'm assuming he's kind of just outside the city.
His estate's a couple of miles outside the city, about half an hour walk.
Does anyone else need to go do anything? Because that's where Shore is going. I'm gonna go visit us. The commander suggested I go see his old master, basically. But
All right. Sorry, I started reading. Have you decided on whether you're going in or continuing to run around trying to find information on the commander?
everything seems out of chaos. Yeah, Shore's leaving the city, heading to the just outside of it. Senya's going with Shore.
And I don't know where. And am I am waiting wherever you said that you were going to go.
Yep, I got the name right.
Adekin?
Let's see. Is that the name?
Yeah, put it in the chat.
Anakin? Anakin?
Yeah.
Anakin?
Anakin.
Anakin!
All right. So you guys go walking out, Like I said, it only takes like half an hour to get there.